Hi guys, it's me, and I'm coming with you to do another video. And this video is actually my labor and delivery story. So I had my baby girl on October 18th. Today is December 3rd. So I'm a bit late doing this video, but somebody asked me, and I am going to do it. Hold on, guys. Okay. I had to get my notes together. Okay. So let me start off. I had my baby October 18th. My due date was December 25th. It all started on October the 11th. I started to have contractions. That was a Friday. I started to have contractions. I started to time them. They was 5 minutes apart, and I was losing my mucus plug, also with blood. So I called my doctor. I told him. He said, "Come on in. I'll check you out, see what's going on." So I was like, "Okay, fine." I was 38 weeks, so I was like, "Yes." No, I was 37 weeks, so I was like, "Yes." Maybe it's going to be happening, and I was going to be turning 38 weeks on that Sunday. So I was like, "Yeah, maybe it's going to be happening, and it's time." I was getting excited because I had my son at 37 weeks, so it was almost like, right around the same time. So, I get to the hospital, they check me, I was 2.5 centimeters, contractions like every 5 to 7 minutes apart. Sorry, listening, my baby girl right there. So they was like every 5 to 7 minutes apart. Maybe an hour after I got there, my contractions totally stopped. Mind you, this had been going on like all day. So I'm like, man, this sucks. So, they was like, "Okay, your contractions stopped. You only 2.5 centimeters. We'll just keep you overnight just to monitor you." So I was like, "Okay." And they was like, "If you keep dilating, we'll just go ahead and you're gonna have the baby. If not, we'll send you home." So I'm like, "Okay, fine." I stayed there overnight. Friday, so I ended up leaving Sunday morning. And whenever I was leaving, because I went in on a Saturday night, so they wanted to observe me for that whole 24 hours, and then they was like, "We'll just discharge you Sunday morning." Nothing changed. Contractions stopped. They didn't come back until I was about to leave, and then whenever I was about to leave, I started to throw up, and then that's how bad my contractions were. But my cervix did not change, and that happened twice. Me throwing up when my contractions started again. It happened with my son too. That's how severe it had got. So they gave me the shot. My contractions stopped. They sent me home Sunday. I told my husband when we were leaving, I'm going to have her, before this week is out. And so he was like, "You think so?" So I was like, "Yeah." So the doctor that I had, he was not there whenever I was discharged. But the other doctor, there's 2 doctors in the office, she was there. I do not like her. She's like cold, nonchalant, don't care about the situation. That's how it appeared to me. So she told me, she was like, "Come into the office tomorrow." Mind you, it's a Sunday I'm getting discharged. I'm like, "Why am I coming tomorrow on Monday?" She's like, "So that we can schedule induction time for next Monday." Why can't we schedule induction time today? Where my doctor's office is, you actually have to pay for parking. And it's maybe 20 minutes from my house. So I'm going. The hospital is also, I got to pay for parking, and it's 25 minutes from my house. So you need to tell me I'm coming back to the same area tomorrow to schedule induction. Why we can't talk about it now? She was like, "We can just talk about it in the office." So I was like, "Look, I'm not coming to the doctor's office. I'm not coming to your hospital. I'm at your doctor's office. I don't want to see you. I want to see my other doctor." I just feel like, she just didn't care about the whole situation. And what made me, kind of worried is because I had gestational diabetes. And, it's like, it's more severe. You can even have stillbirths if, the placenta starts to die from gestational diabetes. So that had me a little worried. And whenever I expressed my concerns to her, it just seemed like she didn't care. And I also had decreased fetal movement. So, like I said, it just worried me. So whenever I left Sunday, I told myself I'm not going back to the hospital until she's coming out. Sunday passed, Monday passed, Tuesday passed. About Tuesday, I was doing everything. When I say everything, lifting my 1-year-old, walking around with him to take him to the park. We was in the process of moving, packing boxes. I mean, you would have thought that I had so much energy. I did have energy, but I mean, you would have thought I had super, super energy. But the only reason I was doing so much because I was like, I'm not coming back to the hospital until it's time to have her. I gotta be in super pain, severe pain. Because, like I said, I just didn't want to come in there and they were like, oh, you're 3 centimeters, and the same thing happened. They turned me around. So I was doing all this stuff, all this work and, housework, and I was feeling contraction like all throughout the week, but it wasn't severe, it wasn't severe enough. So Thursday, October 17th, I woke up to that day before, that Wednesday, I packed so much stuff. I did so much cleaning, I was doing a lot. So Thursday, October 17th, I was, woke up about 4 or 5 in the morning to cramps. I'm like, man, there go contractions again, but they're gonna stop. I just knew that they was gonna stop. So I started the time, and they was like maybe 7 to 10 minutes apart, none severe. I got up 4 or 5 in the morning. It was like almost 5 in the morning. I got up. My 1-year-old, he was still asleep. I started doing some work cleaning, packing boxes, doing dishes. I was just doing a whole bunch of stuff around the house. And I was like, I am going to work myself, Sorry, I keep hearing her. I was like, I'm going to work myself to, dilate more. So after maybe 2-3 hours, my mom, she called me. She was on her way to work. And she was calling me ever since I had been to the hospital on my way to work, to check on me and stuff. Because my husband, he wasn't off work yet. So it's almost 8 o'clock when she was on her way to work. She called me. She's like, what you doing? I was like, nothing. And then, I guess she could tell how I sound. She was like, you having contractions? I was like, yeah. So she's like, go to the hospital. I was like, no. For what? They're going to just send me home. So she was like, maybe it's time this time. So I was like, yeah, maybe it's time, but I'm going to wait. So she was like, okay. So my sister, who actually lives 2 streets over from me, maybe 5 minutes at the most over from me, she called her and she was like, you having contractions? I was like, yeah. Oh, my 1-year-old, he just woke up. Yeah, so he's about to come here. So I was like, yeah, I'm having contractions. Come here. Come on. It's okay. Come on. You just woke up. Yeah. So, yeah. So she was like, you having contractions? I was like, yeah. So she was like, do you want to go to the hospital? So I was like, no. So she was like, okay. I got to take my kids to school. I got to do this here, bracelet. I got to do this. I got to do that. I'll be over later. So I was like, okay. So I'm still cleaning, doing a bunch of other stuff. So I'm looking in the refrigerator for some food. It wasn't nothing to eat. But some fried chicken. So I was like, yeah, I want some fried chicken. No cookies no more. I was about to make me a meal because I was hungry. So I was like, okay, when she comes, we're going to go to the store. I'm going to walk around. So she came around 9:30 in the morning. We went to Sam's Club. I walked around Sam's Club. Having contractions around Sam's Club. They're getting stronger. Contractions where I actually have to stop. Before, it's like, I have to stop, but it was bearable, but they was getting, stronger. After we walked around Sam's Club, she was like, you ready to go home? I was like, nope, let's go to Walmart. We walked around Walmart. We got the cooking oil and, a couple other knickknacks. And, after we left there, it was just me, her, and my son. After we left there, we got home. So, by then my contractions, I have to sit down. I'm feeling hot flashes. So she was like, well, you sit down for a moment, and I'm going to start the food. So I was like, okay. So, she was washing the dishes first before she started the food. That's what I was doing before she came. So while she was doing that, I was just sitting on the sofa, just breathing through it and stuff like that. Here, just breathing through it and stuff like that. So, about she stayed there for a long, like for a good minute. So around 11:30, I want to say, my husband he got home. So when he got home, he told her it's like almost like she left him so that I can. She left since he was there basically. And so, she was helping me deal with my 1-year-old. Like I said, my dresses, they were strong when it was coming, and then they was maybe like every 6 minutes apart whenever she was there. So, after she left, it's just me and my husband. And then by then, my mom, she had a short work day, so she was getting off of work. So she called me, so she was like, where you at? I was like, oh, she's like, you didn't go to the hospital? I was like, no. So you still having contractions? I was like, yeah. So she was like, okay, go to the hospital. I was like, okay, bye. That's it. So she called my husband's phone. She was telling him, take me, take her, take her, take her. So, he was like, okay. But, I'm like so stubborn when it comes to certain issues. I'm like, I'm going where I want to go. So the chicken was still thawing out, so we couldn't eat that right then and there. So I told him I'm hungry, so he went to this food place. He got us some hot dogs. He came back, and we sitting there, we eating. I'm going through contractions, like they was still like they got stronger. So he was like, he started to get worried. So he's like, okay, we're gonna go to the hospital. I was like, okay, whatever. So we get dressed, and it took us probably like 2 hours from getting my son's stuff to my stuff. Even though it's packed, it just still took forever. And, after we got everything loaded in the car, we had to go drop my son off and my mom. So we go drop him off. I'm having contractions going there. Then the hospital is like 20, 25 minutes, on a good day, mild traffic. This day, we took so long that it was almost 5 o'clock when we actually was going down there. And if you're in Atlanta, going downtown is rush hour time. So we're on the way down there going to the hospital, and it was traffic. So we're sitting in traffic. So that 20 minutes actually take us almost an hour to get down there. Once we finally get there, it's like my contraction was, I have to stop walking, and I'm bending over. That's how they got. And then, so we were sitting in a little waiting area, maybe 20, 30 minutes. I'm lying. We sat in, I had to sign out the papers, and then I sat there maybe 5 minutes. And then I was actually in the room after I put on my gown and stuff, maybe 10 minutes. So, I probably had to wait 20 minutes until I actually saw a nurse and everything. So she came in, she hooked me up, she saw my contractions work every 5 minutes then. And then so she checked me, so she was like, you're 5 and a half. I was like, yes. I was so excited whenever she told me that. I did not want her to say anything under maybe 4 or something. But when she's like, oh, you're 5, almost 6. I was like, heck yes. So I was like, oh yeah, this process is going to go fast. I want it to go natural. I'm like, everything is working in my favor. Great. So this is about 7 o'clock now. As I get in, everything hooked up. So, my sister ended up coming. My sister ended up coming back up there because she wanted to actually see the bird. So it's me, my husband, my sister. My husband, he still, even though we went through this last year, he still don't know what to do. But my sister, she was a good coach. She's, doing rubbing my back and tell me breathe and everything, helping me out. So, I was actually happy that she was there. So we're going through that, and I was like, so it was like, what you want to do? You want to get epidural? You want to go natural? So I was like, I think I want to do natural. I'm going through this pain so far. It was getting stronger, and then it was like maybe every 3 minutes. I'm like, I can do it. And so they was like, okay. They was like, well, if you want to change your mind, just let us know. So I was like, okay. So around 1 o'clock, around 11 o'clock they checked me. I was 7 centimeters. Then they checked me again. That was around 10 o'clock they checked me. I was 7 centimeters. Then they checked me again around 1. And then I was still 7. So they was like, you're still 7. Do you want to think about proposing to, get things moving? Hold on, guys. Get this little lady. So they was like, do you want to think about Pitocin to get things moving along? So I was like, oh no, if I had to get Pitocin, because you know how Pitocin makes everything super strong. So if I have to get Pitocin, I'm going to get the epidural. So they was like, well, you're almost there. Do you really want to do it? So I was like, yes. So I was like, let me get it now. Because I'm like, okay, if I'm going to get Pitocin, I might as well get the epidural right now. So I was serious. I was like, give it to me right now. So they was like, okay, well, let me check you. So, if you get checked, you don't have an epidural, it hurts like crap. So I was like, no, I don't want you to check me. I just want the epidural. So they was like, let me just please check you. The lady was like, please, I won't hurt you. Just please let me check you. I just want to see. So when she checked me, she was like, okay, you're 8. So she was like, you still want to get it? I was like, yes, please give it to me, please, please, please. So she was like, okay. Now, at 8, technically that is like the last straw to get it. So I was like rushing them because it seemed like they was taking forever. Because I'm like, oh no, if I get past 8, I'm going to have to just endure this and I won't be able to get the epidural. So I was super scared to get the epidural because when I got it with my son, it did not go right. The lady, I don't think she knew she was doing, so it hurted super bad. So when the people came in, they did the epidural. Whenever I say it was great, it was lovely. Yeah, baby. It was a man and a lady. They knew exactly what they was doing. And I went to sleep. So I got that around like, what? So I got that around like, hold on, guys. There you go. So I got that around like 2 o'clock. I went to sleep. Come like 6 o'clock, I woke up because I'm like, I had to go poop. And then I was like, oh, this is time. It's going to happen. So I paged him. Look, I have to go to the bathroom. Got to go to the bathroom. Got to go to the bathroom. This is almost 7 o'clock in the morning. So they was like, okay, well, we're going to check you. So the lady come in. She checked me. She's like, okay, you're 9 centimeters. So I'm like, okay. Well, let me get up and go to the bathroom. Me forgetting I got the epidural, I cannot get up because, they have that, the catheter in you. So I was like, okay. She's like, that's just the baby pressing down. Do not push. I was like, okay. So they was like, the doctor is not here. So I'm like, what? The doctor ain't there. They was like, yeah, the doctor on the way. So I'm like, okay, well, she better hurry up or I'm going to have the baby. So this like at 7. So the doctor finally comes. They set everything up. Once they set everything up, I started pushing at 8:48. I ended up having her at 9:03 in the morning. So, I didn't push real long. She came out 7 pounds 6 ounces, 18.5 inches long, healthy baby girl, screaming her lungs out. After I had her, they take the catheter and things out, and I started to and this I was like, y'all gonna take the IV out? They was like, no, not yet. So I started to have contractions again almost. I'm like, man, my stomach hurt. So they was like, yeah, that's just your uterus contracting back. So I was like, I don't remember this with my son. That's what I told the lady. So she was like, well, this IV helps it. That's probably what it is. So I was like, okay, well, whatever. I do skin-to-skin time, do a little breastfeeding, maybe 30 minutes later, they're cleaning me up, stitching me back because I had a second-degree laceration. It's like 30 minutes, almost an hour later. I'm like, no, my stomach hurts like bad. And it's like, it's going and coming. And then it finally just came. It was to the point where I was in tears. It hurted more than the contractions. The contractions, I wasn't in tears. But this thing, I was in severe tears. My stomach was hurting so bad. So the lady was like, so when she had told me that, the IV was making me contract back. So I told her, I was like, take the IV out. So she's like, that's the doctor's order. She wants you to finish that bag of IV, and then I can take it out. I was like, if you don't take it out, I'm going to take it out. You better tell her to come here, and I can tell her I'm going to take it out myself. But this is getting taken out. Because I'm thinking that must be what's, making me contract or make my stomach hurt. I don't know. So she left. She's like, okay, don't take it out yet. Please wait. I'm going to go get the doctor. So she's like, okay. And then so here. So I was like, okay. So she left, and then so I told my husband, you know, I'm crying. I told him, I said, please take it. So he was like, no, just wait. So, you know, he's trying to, like, hold my other hand, so I don't want to take it out. So I said, I'm about to start taking this out. I was, like, in severe tears. So the doctor came in just whenever I started taking the tape and everything. So she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, my stomach hurt real bad. So she was like, is it contraction? I said, I don't know. It hurt real bad. I said, you think something's wrong? And, you know, I'm freaking out, like maybe some placenta is still in there. I don't know what was wrong. And then so she, you know, she's pressing on my stomach. So she was like, you got to go to the bathroom? I said, I don't know. No, I said, I can't go to the bathroom. I tried to go earlier. So that's when they put the catheter back in me. And then, you know, they hooked it up and everything. And then it was 1,800 liter. No, not 1,800 liter. 1,800 something. But basically it was like 2 liters of urine that, you know, I was holding. And because I couldn't pee on my own. And whenever I tell you, that is the worst pain I ever felt. The worst pain I ever felt. But I think that this pregnancy go around, it actually went good. Even though I got that epidural, I didn't go natural like I wanted. I wouldn't change anything. I love the whole experience. Where I actually love going through the pain. It almost made me like, you know, realize this is actually happening. The epidural is like kind of take you out of it. I don't plan to have more kids. I do not want any more kids. My husband wants to start in about 3-4 years. In 2-3 years, he said. But I don't think that I want any more kids. I had my boy and girl. But if I ever would have to go through it again, I believe I might go natural. But I'm just thankful for this experience of me being second time. I don't know. It's just like, it honestly gets me emotional. And it makes me want to cry, but yeah, I love everything. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Yeah, but that is my labor and delivery story, you guys. And this is my baby girl. If you never saw her, Miss Jada. Yeah. So I'm going to wrap this video since I got 2 little ones awake whenever I had them sleep. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this story because I actually enjoyed my pregnancy, even though, you know, even though it wasn't planned. I did go through gestational diabetes. Even though, you know, I had, you know, it's like nothing was planned. It just, everything worked out perfect, and I'm loving my baby girl just as much as I'm loving my son that he was playing. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.